What's jumped out at you about the newcomers? Half the team's new. What's early impressions on these guys?
Just a great group of guys who just want to work, want to play hoops. I think when you got a group of guys who all want to play ball, same objective, just trying to win, I think it's a good thing to have around.
How do you sort of get them ready for the physicality of the Big Ten, which is a new thing for all these guys?
Just kind of emphasizing things that we may face when we're on the road, like certain calls we may not get. So just input in their head that we got to play through certain things, contact and stuff like that.
Tariq, this is the first time we talked to you since the season ended. Take us through your decision to come back to Rutgers. Why did you want to come back for a second season?
Just to continue building, play under Coach Michaels. I feel like he's a very good coach, the rest of the coaching staff. So just getting another opportunity to come back, play for this great fan base and, stay where, I feel like I had a good year and I felt like we can win that, once everything's put together.
It seemed like you were leaning towards coming back even after the last game. Did you wrestle with the decision at all, or was it a pretty easy one for you to want to?
No, I just, talked to my parents and, talked to all my family and everything just to make sure, everything was good. And, I didn't really think about going nowhere.
New NCAA rule just came out. You guys get an extra year. Have you guys, looking way too far ahead? Have you guys looked into it at all, thought about it at all?
We've heard about it, but currently now my focus is on this upcoming season, doing things that I can do every day to get better, trying to help the team win this year. So my focus right now is just upcoming season.
What's the biggest difference between having a team that's half freshman like last year and this year's team, which has a lot of experience?
That's what, like you said, just experience-wise. Guys who are older, obviously been around a college game and played against Roman, coming from high school, you coming to college, it's not the same the physicality standpoint, because it's like in high school you're playing against kids, but college is older men and things like that. So just having that experience kind of gives them a head start.
Do you see that experience? It's June 30th, right? But do you see that experience even now out there on the court?
Yeah, 100%. It's definitely showing and it's definitely growing. I feel like we're all going to grow together. Just keep building pieces day by day.
For Jamichael, obviously you've been here for a couple of years now. Does everything just feel kind of second nature to you being here again?
Yes, it's like home. Just like another year around the sun for real. Same goal, same achievement. We all trying to, win. Just keep working.
Yeah, and for Tariq, this is obviously now your second year. How does it feel, going from year one to year two? How do you feel any different, if so?
I feel more confident. I know, kind of the play style and what's going on around here. And then, with the new team and everything, just getting everybody situated. Like these guys said, we have more experienced guys this year, so I think that'll help us too, because everybody has been kind of through college a little bit, and they know, what they do well and their kind of game. So just putting them all together, I feel like we'll be able to feed off each other and just, have a better year.
What has jumped out at you guys about Christian? Looks like he set some pretty serious screens.
I think Christian, like all the guys, they just workers, man. And, since day one they came, and they've been working, they've been in the gym early mornings and after practice as well. So I think that's just the biggest thing, just the will to, work hard and want to win. And, as we all just stay in the gym and keep working, naturally we're going to get better.
Wooden lost a tooth today?
Who?
Wooden, he lost a tooth?
Amari.
You know that?
I didn't know that.
No, that's
He
crazy.
lost a tooth at the beginning of practice.
I didn't know that.
That's bad news.
You guys ever lose a tooth?
I have not. Let's knock on wood. Let's not put that in the earth. No, I have not.
You finished the practice.
Soldier.
Yeah.
Gangster.
And then, what feels different about this year's team as opposed to even last year or years past?
I wouldn't necessarily say different. Obviously, it's kind of not too many new guys. But like I said, just with the guys we do have, once they come in, just implement the standard, how we want things to be done, and just taking it upon ourselves every day to get better and try to achieve that goal we want to do.
Jamichael, looks like pretty much the entire assistant coaching staff is coming back. Is that continuity helpful for you as a player, having the same guys back, same system, everything kind of?
Yeah, it's definitely cool. It's definitely calm. Just knowing we're still in it together. We all got the same mindset. We all just want to win. So for them to still be here, it's good. I'm glad they're able to stay.
And for Tariq, obviously, so the jump from the Patriot League to the Big Ten, obviously a big jump. But how did you make it seem kind of really seamless?
I think just, trusting in my work, trusting in the people I work with, the coaching staff, watching film, and just trying to put myself in the best positions I can to kind of, complement my games and complement my teammates and, just keep working and, keeping my head down and just trying to get better every day.
What do you think of Lino's shot? Pretty good today.
Lino's been working, man. Like I said, everybody's been in the gym, so, we're getting better. We're all, trying to perfect our games, and, Lino's coming along good, and, he's just gonna keep making strides. Just
Do
keep
you give
working.
him any shooting pointers?
Nah, not really, man. I just, with Lena, I just try to keep giving him some of the experiences that I had, with him growing up and becoming older now. I think he's starting to shift from, a freshman to more of like a, veteran type of guard, at an early age. So I think his game is coming along well, and he's been working hard. So it's definitely gonna pay off for him.
Christian, what's it been like for you, the adjustment here? What's different from your experience about Virginia Tech?
Oh yeah, I mean I love it here. Obviously it's a different environment. You're in the city or right outside the city, and the coach has been great, the players have been great. I'm very excited to be here. It's awesome.
Why did you end up picking here, and what other places did you consider before you landed here?
Yeah, the coaching staff was a big part of it. I really like Coach Pipel and Coach Young and all those guys. They really stood out to me early in the transfer process. I liked being close to home. My parents would come see games, stuff like that, and just made a quick decision. And I'm happy with it.
What do you anticipate in the jump from time of Virginia Tech now being at Rutgers?
Yeah, I'm excited to work hard. We got obviously the Big Ten is not an easy conference, but I know that we got all the talent we need. All we got to do is put the work in and get glued together. I think we can make a run at it.
How about the physicality of the Big Ten? There's a lot of talk about
Yeah,
that.
the ACC was physical, and I can imagine it's not even close to the Big Ten. So I'm excited to see. I know I'm going to be physical, and those guys are going to try to make them adjust to me to a degree. And but I'm ready to see what it's like. We got some good out-of-conference games too with Houston, Syracuse, and so we got some wars ahead of us.
What's it been like learning Steve Pipel's defense? We hear a lot about how it takes a while for guys to adjust. What's it been like for you so far?
It's been great. I love coming to a school, focus a lot on defense. Last year at Tech was a lot, offense was the primary focus, but here, it takes me back to my high school days playing with, Steve Turner and Team Takeover at DC, defense first, and, I'm really excited to get back to a, defense center team.
How would you describe the differences in the program between Rutgers and Virginia Tech?
Yeah, both great. Obviously, I love Rutgers so far. I mean, it's awesome. Like I said, defense, primary focus, offense is primary focus. But right here, it's expected that you're gonna come in and work every day. They don't get on you. It's just expectation. And there, they sometimes would have to pump you up and all that. But both schools were amazing. And, but here I'm ready to get to work and excited.
How have Darren and Jamichael pushed you so far as a center?
Oh yeah, they've been great. I mean, I've known him for a while. They've they helped bring me along. I'm still young, but trying to learn everything I can, especially being it's a great conference. And them giving me a lot of mentoring me a lot and giving me a lot of great leadership.
June, what has jumped out at you about the newcomers so far?
They love to be in the gym. That's the big thing. Everybody want to work. Off the court, it's pretty easy getting along with everybody. I feel like we all got the same goal on the court, wanted to win. But it's been good. The first 3 weeks have been great. We've been getting after it in the weight room in here, so I'm just excited to see how the rest of the summer go and then get ready for the fall.
What are your early impressions of Chris playing inside?
Physical, he can score. I mean, I know him from back home, so I know what he brings to the table, and finally being able to play with him is cool. So I'm glad he chose Rutgers. He's physical. He can shoot the mid range, the three. So I'm just glad that he's here and he's gonna help us win a lot of games.
How long have you guys known each other?
Couple years. I didn't play with him though. Like I was older, but I always knew who he was. Things like that.
Grew up in the same area.
Yeah.
About 5 years, 6 years, something like that.
Jim, you were here last year.
Yeah.
How competitive are these practices, given all the veterans you got?
It's way more competitive. I mean, like seniors like me, Jamichael, Reed, even like Smitty coming in, him being a junior. Practices are way more competitive than last year, and I feel like there's just a lot more to prove. Like we know we got a lot more to prove this season, and I definitely feel like I like our chances this year. I definitely like our chances. I feel like in the summer, last year around this time, it was kind of up in the air about how we were going to be. But I feel like now, I mean, we still got ways to go, but I definitely like our chances. And I feel like we're going to compete with anybody for sure.
What made you want to come back this year?
I mean, I love Rutgers. I really didn't want to leave. I was telling Corso, like, throughout the year, I'm like, I'm not going nowhere. But I feel at home. I really got my joy of playing basketball back. So I just feel like once I got that, couldn't leave and lose that and try to go figure it out somewhere else. And it was a quick process. Once the season over, all the other stuff and other stuff, we took care of that quickly. So I'm just glad I was able to just come back. And my family's close. Like my mom and dad get to come to the games this year. So that was good for me going into my last year of college basketball this year.
You played with Lino last year. What's it like watching him drill threes like he's doing today?
I mean, he's been putting a lot of work in. I tell him to shoot the ball. Like I got the utmost confidence in all my teammates. I see the work that they put in day and day out. when I'm on his team, I'm like, shoot the ball. Like I'm never the type of person to get mad at you for taking a shot, especially if it's open. So, and I know he worked on it, so it's not like he's going out here trying things he's not used to doing. So I like his strides, and I know he's gonna help us a lot this year.
How is Steve Pikel's approach with this team last year? You have the team freshmen starting over with a lot of guys, with veterans. How different has it been with them?
It's more fast paced, like you said, veterans. So we know how to pick up on things quickly. And he does expect a lot from us being an older group, and I think so far it's going in the right direction for sure.
June, Coach Pike called you and Jamichael the leaders of the team. Did you kind of just fall into that role? Have you always been a leader, or?
I mean, last year was kind of new for me coming in with 7 freshmen. Trying to just pick their brain a little bit. It took me a while to really understand a lot of them, but they were great. And I just feel like this year, I just knew more is expected of me going into my last year and knowing where I want to get to after this year. So I just knew I had to take on that role. And me and Jay Mike just put it myself, like we're going to lead this team. And I think that's the way it's going to go.
Did you know that?
How do you think a player like Christian can help you improve your game?
And I just told him, like, I need to go work on my low post because I missed a little left-hand hook. So that's taking things from him because I know I'm going to be able to punish mismatches and also playing the perimeter as well. So just learning from him how he carried himself in the post and how he able to get angles on the backboard and things like that. So he definitely been helping me a lot so far. And like I said, we all help each other. And I definitely like our team. Like I feel like we're going to shock a lot of people.
Did you know Amari lost a tooth at the beginning of practice?
Yeah, Javante, I be telling G he gotta chill with the elbows, bro. But I mean, G played physical, so you can't be too mad.
But the kid finished the practice.
No, yeah, Amari's tough. He came in, he wasn't like a regular freshman, honestly. Like he came in, he was aggressive with the ball. Like when we played pickup, he'd be aggressive, looking for a shot. And that's kind of rare when you like a freshman coming into a situation like this with a lot of older guards. You think they kind of try to sit back and learn, but he's like attacking it and still learning at the same time. So I'm a fan of Amari for sure.
Christian, June has said a couple times he thinks his team's can compete with anyone. You were at Virginia Tech last year, played in the ACC. Do you think that this is a team that can compete with the ACC, the Big Ten, the other big programs?
I do. I'm excited to play Syracuse in February, get them again. But I do think we can compete with anybody. Obviously the Big Ten was really good last year, and but this year I think we are going, we have a really good chance to be one of the top teams in the Big Ten just because of our skill and we're putting the work in and we have great coaching. And the fans get behind the program. And that's a huge thing, home court advantage. So, I think we are going to compete with a lot of teams.
Y'all beat them last year?
Yeah.
June, you got any service projects coming up? Do you go home in the summer?
Oh, yeah, I just did my camp on Saturday.
Free camp?
Past Saturday, yeah, free back. It was good.
How old were the kids?
8 through 14. NBC News that came through.
Was it here or at home?
Nah, it was at home. I'm trying to get something on the books out here, so if you gotta pull some strings for me, I'm trying to do something here. But I'm gonna definitely do a back to school drive. I think August 22nd, back home. Yeah, back home in DC before I come up here for the fall.
How many kids came to your camp?
53.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 53. It was good. I had a couple. Well, Syracuse got Judah Mintz, but he a close friend of mine, so he was there. And it was fun though. Like I love the kids. Like I love spending time with them and just pointing to them. So I'm gonna keep trying to do my part.
Thanks, guys.